All right, now for the particulars, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC Flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC Flyweight Champion of the World and the former UFC Featherweight Champion, Henry Triple C Cejudo! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC Flyweight Champion of the World, Demetrious Johnson!
One of the best in the business, Herb Dean, is our referee tonight. All right, so we get another look at Henry Cejudo here tonight. All of his knockout wins have come in round 1, so the pop is there, and more often than not, it's been there early in fights. We'll see if the technical Cejudo can get off to a good start tonight. Nice land there by Henry Cejudo. His boxing is on a completely different level than it was a few years back. Lands the kick to the body there. All right, so a quiet, pedestrian start to this fight, DC. Maybe too much respect on both sides. What do you see?
Too much respect, and you saw it in the build-up. They were hugging at the weigh-ins. It's almost like we're watching French. You guys are here to fight. Get going. Start to implement the game plan that you worked on over the course of the last 8 weeks of the fight camp.
Cejudo's in half guard. Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting. Because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side. Underhook, this is a great position for a top fighter.
Demetrious Johnson getting absolutely worked from the top here on the wrong end of nearly all of these ground and pound strikes.
Oh, right into mount. He's got to start throwing now.
Continues to apply pressure here in half guard. All right, north-south position now, DC. We'll see how he chooses to advance from here. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape, or maybe look for a Kimura here. That was nice.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by the ever-improved Henry Cejudo.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position.
Round 2 next.
All right, bud, take a deep breath. Relax, breathe. We need to refocus it. You looked a little sloppy on your takedowns out there, okay? It's time to suck it up, get sharp, and get focused.
All right, DC, let's look at some of the highlights from the last round. Lot for the replay guys to choose from.
Yeah, man, these guys stood on a quarter in the middle of the octagon. Take one to give one. Over and over, each guy landed, and they both landed very well over the course of that first round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round 2.
punch land.
All right, he gets the takedown now, DC. We'll see what he can do in this advantageous spot.
He set it up beautifully. Let's see if he can now take full advantage of it. Now he's going full mount. This is a terrible position.
Good work from the top here by Cejudo. He continues to evolve as a striker.
Changing the position.
And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. All right, side control now. Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
Well, he's got his back now. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Cejudo. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loves, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow. Right. You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
Johnson's cheek looks like it's cut here, starting to bleed a little bit now. Under 2 minutes to go in round two. Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground. Another ground and pound strike lands. Cejudo's back in full mount. Pretty good head movement. He's avoiding a lot of these ground strikes. Oh, he's got his back.
Watch your neck.
He's doing a great job of recognizing that he's damaging his opponent, and he keeps going to that spot.
Under a minute now to go round two. Cejudo ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Cejudo. Johnson's eye starting to close up. Got to get that end swell on it between rounds if we get there. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by the ever-improved Henry Cejudo. 10 minutes in the books. All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up. All right, back to the stool, and he is officially swole, and I'm not talking about muscles. He is swollen up top.
I mean, he looks bad. It's because he was too stationary. He was on the receiving end of too many big shots. He was beat up. He was battered. He was bruised. And look at all the swelling. It shows that he has taken far too many.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Really good job by the fighter to land that kick. Doubled up on the jab there. Nicely done by Cejudo. Oh, gets the single leg takedown. Pretty good velocity on that one. All right, well, that blow is bossing from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that blood, that crimson red is nothing more than something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes.
It's hard to think about a fight in his career in which he has absorbed this amount of damage. His face is essentially shot.
Unrecognizable. He's unrecognizable. That is as close to the term that I can say. This guy does not look like the guy that walked into the octagon early. He made a lot of mistakes early, and they're ultimately costing him right now as we've gotten longer in the fight.
Good movement on the ground here defensively by Johnson. Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. Now drops inside that closed guard.
And now he's in a guillotine.
Oh, he might be in trouble. That looks locked in.
He's advanced to a finishing position.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
He's having his way with him here. Oh, another blow hits that cut. Referee might need to call on the doctor here soon. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
All right, let's get it to Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 50 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by